welcome to the channel, and today I'm driving a little bit, decided to make you a video and hopefully it will be useful for you. So I've been thinking for some time what kind of apps or what should every driver have in their phone. So I made a list. It's a bit small because I don't have a lot of apps on my phone, so this is all the apps that I use myself, and I'm not sponsored by any of them, and I'm just a user, and I think they're really useful for me and for any other driver on the road. So here is my top 5 apps that every driver should have on their phone. Okay, number 5 we have GasBuddy. GasBuddy is the app that helps you save money by choosing the gas station which is cheaper. So you can select, in my case I have a diesel, not every gas station has a diesel, so I have select the diesel, look up on the map where is the closest gas station and what are the prices, so I can choose either to go closer and pay more or drive a little bit further and save money. And because I have 26-gallon tank on the back, I'll probably gonna drive further. So here there's the interface of the app. If you press on find gas, you can see I have E85 right now. For example, it shows the prices from 183 to 207, and there is the gas stations that have them. And on the top you can press on map and see where exactly the gas station is and what's the prices. So as you can see, it sucks to live in New York City. Next, in the win, you can submit an entry every day and you can win $100 for your gas. And in my car, you can create a log of your fuel up for every car, so you'll know how much you spent on the gas. Kind of cool. And this is pretty much it. You also get some other free stuff. Number 4. On number 4 we have a Spot Angel. These applications help you save from tickets, and not the speeding tickets. We'll have another app later for that. This app helps you find the parking that will prevent you from getting a parking ticket. And if you're in the big city, or if you're traveling to the big city, this will be very useful for you, and definitely if you're going to drive in a big city for sure. And even though I live in New York for 10 years, this app is still useful for me because I don't know all the areas in the city, and there is definitely some shady stuff going on. Ton of restrictions for one day. There is a commercial cars, taxi, some other crap, and then you come here and you're not sure if you're able to park your car or not. So with this app, you just look up the area that you're at, and you will see if you can park in that location that you're staying, or you need to move, or if you need to pay a meter, or if there is no other options, like if you cannot stay on the street with your car, you can also get a garage from here, from the same app. And also another feature that they have, also working with the parking and cleaning on the streets, it lets you know if you park your car and there is a cleaning tomorrow, or if there is a meter starting tomorrow. Let's say you left the car overnight and there is a meter starting at 8 o'clock, it will let you know a day ahead that, look, there is a meter. If you don't want to get a ticket, please move your car to a different location. And when you park, it tells you for how long you're safe to be there, which is really useful for big cities like New York, LA, and Chicago, and definitely at any big city. On number 3 we have something that you probably already know. Every guy who watched VinWiki knows about their app, and it's a really cool app. It helped me kind of a bit late, but it still helped me with one issue that I had. A car drove into my car, left a huge scratch and a crack on the bumper, and I called the insurance company, provided them with a plate number. They said that the plate was fake, and because the records on the plate doesn't match the car that I'm showing them. So if I would have the app at the moment, I would be able to check the records through the VinWiki app and see if the plate number matches the car that it's staying. Otherwise, if it wouldn't match, I would just call police and have the car towed. But I just left to work and there was more damage after I came back. So if I would have the app, probably would have avoided more damage. Now let's take a look at VinWiki. Most of you already know this app from VinWiki's YouTube channel or from at Boolean. So basically you'll see here people post stuff like that. The picture is upside down, but still cool things they post around that you can look up. Yeah. So over here you can search the car, and here you can post something about the car. So the thing that I did when I had the guy scratch the bumper on my car and I got the plate, I would just run the plate and let's look up the plate number. So here we have N81 UK. That's the car that did the damage. And if you look up this number, N81 to UK, and it says New York. So put New York, look up, and here it shows Honda Accord LXP, which is, it's not, but let's say it is. So you can do continue, and it shows that this is 2009 Honda Accord LX Premium, and we have the VIN number for the car, but the plate doesn't match with the car. So the plate either fake or stolen. Probably stolen. And here's the list of my cars and the things, people that I follow, and the posts that I made about the cars that I got or seen. And you can do the same. You can make a log. This is the car of a humble mechanic over here. So there you have it. This is what the VinWiki is for. So on number 2, we have another app that will help you a lot, and that's my CarFax. Not everyone knows about that app, and kind of surprises me because everyone knows about the CarFax. And the my CarFax app, it's kind of similar to a VinWiki, but it keeps the records of your service. If you had any service recently, you'll get a message or an update that your car been through the service. If you want to add any details to that, or you can put your own records on. Like if you're working on your own car and people want to know the history, the service history of the car, and because you worked on the car by yourself, there is no record anywhere. So you can create a record by yourself on this app, saying that the mileage of the car, what you did, like you changed the oil, you rotated tires, you replaced tires, you replaced brakes, and it will all show on this application for future people who are going to buy your car. They will see all of that on the CarFax report. So another very useful tip. And I also use this app to find more information about cars that I'm buying from auctions, because they don't have a lot of information on them. So I put in the VIN number from the auction, and I see what the car been through, whether it was serviced or when was the last service on the car. It's very useful for those things. So definitely you should have that app on your phone, or you can just use it on the website, which I do mostly. So now let's take a look at my CarFax app. Here in the dashboard you have You can add the cars that you own, and here's the list of my cars. And if you take a look here, it shows everything that I need. The inspection, I have 1 month left, the oil change left 2 months, and registration 12 months left, and the car's value. And here in the dashboard, you have, like, let's go here into this new box that I recently purchased, and video about that you will be able to find somewhere on top of the window. So here is the things that I know about the car for now, just by placing it here with the VIN number. So you know the registration has expired. I did the oil change, so it still shows 11 months left before I need to replace it again. And I can add another service record. So here, if you go to the history, you can see all the service records available at the CarFax. So you need to pay the CarFax report to see those things. You can have them for free. And that's pretty much what you're looking for if the car was serviced well when you buy a new car. And here it shows that the last time the car was serviced was in 2018. And it shows the shop, and it shows what they did. Apparently they over-torqued bolts on the axle, because yesterday I had to replace those axle bolts over here, you can see. And I also replaced the coil on cylinder 6. So I made a record of that, and then next owners will know that there was such a service performed on this car and certain miles. The mileage is not really accurate, but that's not really the point. So another thing that I like to do is to check the cars that I'm buying from the auction. So let's go to Copart, look up the car, let's say Boxster, because why not? And I'm looking for a clean title one to have a less headache. And here, the first example, I like the price. So let's see what it's like. I need to get this VIN number. So I'm copying the VIN number, coming back here, adding the VIN number over here, and then looking for the car. And it shows, is it 98 Boxster? Yes, it is. And this is what we know so far. The car has over 200,000 miles. Registration has only 2 weeks left, and no recalls so far. And this is the service. Last time the car was serviced was in 2012, and it had 68,000 miles at that point. So someone drove the heck out of it, or the car was not driven for all this time, because it does show 81,000 miles. So it could be that this car had a rollback. Someone rolled the miles back from the original, or I'm not sure what's the thing, but there it is. And number one, the number one app that I use most frequently is Waze. Not too long ago, Waze was purchased by Google, so Google Maps now like kind of similar to how the Waze works, but still not the same. So I would prefer Waze any day, and probably most of you already use this app anyway. But I just want to mention it, that maybe not everyone knows about it, that this app not only helps you to avoid traffic, it also lets you know when there is a speed camera, if there is a red camera ahead, or if there is a police hidden, or if there is an accident. It will let you know all of those things, and it definitely will help you navigate to avoid the traffic. I have a ton of stories with this app, how much this app have saved me money and time. That is just a lot. So I'm just going to give you 2 quick stories about how this app saved me. About 5 years ago, or it really doesn't matter how long ago it was, I was driving from Cape May, New Jersey, back to New York City, and on the short period before Atlantic City, the highway was completely empty. So I was going over the speed limit, as you do, you know. So as I was going about 90, 95, and I still had the app on, and I have it on all the time, it let me know that there is a police hidden ahead. I didn't see anything because the road was really straight, and I would be able to see if there is anyone ahead of me, but I couldn't. So I decided I'm going to slow down anyway. And the good thing that I did, because the police was hidden in between the trees, and I would only be able to see the car when I would pass it, which wouldn't be a good thing, because then the guy would saw me going 95 in the 65 zone, and I would get a ticket. Maybe I would have been even arrested. So thankfully that was avoided. Later that same day, I was coming closer to the city, and the app was telling me get off the highway and take the smaller routes, which was strange because I'm way too far from the bridge that I need to take to get into New York City, because I was going through Staten Island, and the app was telling me 3 exits or 4 exits before the bridge to get off the highway. Well, because the app told me before and saved me from a huge ticket, I trusted it and I get off the highway. So, long story short, by the time I was in New York, I was able to drop off a friend in Queens and going back to Brooklyn, and a friend who was coming behind me, but she was using Google Maps. She just entered New York City in Staten Island when I was already going home. That was like an hour difference between us, and not just me going through the small roads listening to what the Waze was telling me. That was pretty impressive. So if you don't have this app, you definitely should have this app on your phone. And this is pretty much it about the apps. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope the information was useful for you. If there is some apps that I'm not sure about, you can leave the comment below and let everyone know that there is something else that we should use, because not everyone knows about the things that other people know. So share the information, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.